This is the Football Show. Now Chelsea took advantage of slip-ups from their rival.
We know they're long-term admirers of Alejandro Garnacho. From a Manchester United point of view, they'd rather sell him to Napoli than Chelsea. They don't want to be coming up against him. They'd rather he thrives in Naples than doing damage to a potential title bid down the line if Alejandro Garnacho performs well for Chelsea. So that is the fear for Manchester United. But ultimately, they want to sell. They're not going to budge that asking price. They want good money. If Chelsea are willing to get close to £55 million, then this is a move that could happen. So we wait to see if Chelsea now come in with an official bid.
Well, they want good money, but they've already dropped it down to this anyway. Mark, does he fit? Would he fit the Chelsea profile?
It certainly appears on the surface that this is the type of player that over the last 18 months or so that they have been looking to sign. Young, hungry players that they pick up for essentially cheap, amortise the finances over a long period of time, and therefore it doesn't cost them a huge amount of money in one go. Obviously, he's only 20 years old. He's shown that he's got the magical touch and he's got so much potential, particularly in the Premier League. So he definitely fits the profile. Interesting what James was saying there about Napoli maybe going cold on the deal. Chelsea just waiting in the wings. Could that be a part of their bargaining chip where they turn around to Manchester United and say, hey, you've got PSR problems. You need to sell this boy who cost you £420,000 not that long ago. So you're going to make huge profit on him. We're the only show in town. So you've got to take this deal. Otherwise, you may run the risk of finding out in the summer, we can't sell him, we need to get rid of him, we need to sell players quickly before that July the 1st deadline, which we saw last season with the likes of Nottingham Forest and Newcastle doing little pieces of business to make sure they didn't fall foul of PSR. Could this be a situation? So it's interesting that Chelsea are just waiting at the moment to see what happens. They may be the only show in town.
The Manchester club's dominating this window, aren't they? So let's talk Manchester City, James. Another done deal for them today. Tell us all about it.
Third signing already in this window, and there could be more business to come as well. Omar Mamouche, we've been speaking about him for a number of weeks. That deal finally confirmed this morning at 9 a.m. It's a really significant deal. This a fee of £59 million, plus a further £4.2 million in bonuses. So City were happy, I think, with the deal they got. They were looking around £59 million. Eintracht Frankfurt wanted around £69 million. But with those bonuses, I think all parties are relatively happy. He signed a 4.5-year deal, so it's half the deal that Erling Haaland's got. That's not a 10-year deal, but 4.5-year deal. So he's committed a good portion of his career to the champions. We see him there in the number 7 shirt as well. The Egyptian forward, inspired by Mohamed Salah, will now come up against him in a Manchester City shirt. So really exciting signing this. He's been brilliant for Eintracht Frankfurt this season. Finally, he's through the door. We look to see him in action soon.
Yeah, feels like the rebuild is certainly on. Kyle Walker's not going to be part of that, Mark. Is he a Milan player yet?
Not yet. Close but no cigar. We've seen, thanks to our colleague Sky in Italy, some pictures of him arriving at the airport, just waving to a few of the press that had gathered by the airport to see him. You can see a few Milan fans as well. That's after Manchester City accepted Milan's formal offer of a loan for the rest of this season. And Sky in Italy also saying that this potentially could be